Hey, I want to share with you something what I've discovered. As you all know, I got always my own notes. And as you also know, that I'm a person who likes to investigate. I like to investigate when I'm interested in something. I like to investigate myself into it without any help, without a guideline, without a book, without a teacher or whatever. So I like to investigate from I don't know, from nothing, and dig into it by myself. So the thing I want to talk about is, first of all, I want you to see how my thought operates, my network of thoughts. That's the first thing. The other thing is, I want to talk about, while I'm explaining you that stuff, I want you to see how I'm connecting those dots together. And it's in an instant flash when I see something. So the thing what I've seen was a fight plane, the F-18, and it created that sonic boom. And the sonic boom is when it reaches 761 miles per hour, it creates this sonic boom, this boom, what you hear sometimes in the sky, and it creates behind it this cone, this cloud, this cone behind it. So that's a sonic boom. So, and when the plane, the F-18, creates this sonic boom, that means that at that moment it is faster than the speed of sound. I know there will arise a lot of questions which I have to answer myself, but this is a start. So when you hear this sonic boom from an F-18 warfighter jet, that means it has reached around 761 miles per hour speed, and then it creates this boom effect. This is what our brain interprets, this boom. It's an interpretation of that speed. So when it reaches the 761 miles per hour, it is faster than the speed of sound. Alright? So when I seen this, I just seen this video. You see a F-18 flight jet flew and it makes a sonic boom. And when I have seen that, then all the dots came together. This is how I always operate. I don't know how, but this is how my network thought works. So when I've seen that, and I've seen then the clouds, at that moment when it reaches this level, I think it called also Mach 1, MACH1. When it reaches this speed, 700 or approximately 761 miles per hour, at that moment it creates this sonic boom, and at that moment it's faster than sound. So, and also in that moment it creates this water condense of cloud behind that object, that plane. So then I was thinking about what about our planet, the Earth? The Earth has also, when you look in the sky, you see all these clouds daily. And I was trying to figure out if there's a related thing between the sonic boom and the clouds in the sky that surrounds us daily on the planet Earth. So I know that the planet Earth travels also in orbit, right? And it's approximately around average around it depends from the North Pole and South Pole, but in the average around 1,200 miles per hour. Our own planet orbit, 1,200 miles per hour. So if we bring that down to our airplane, our F-18 flight jet, that travels when it reaches 761 miles per hour, it's faster than sound. And our planet Earth has approximately 1,100 miles per hour. That means that actually, and because the Earth orbits in that speed, approximately 1,100 miles per hour, that means it has to create also those cones clouds. You know, that water condense that's in it. And they both similar with it. So both are faster than the sound. The F-18 flight jet flights faster than the sound when it reaches that mile per hour, 761 mile per hour, is faster than sound at that moment. And the planet Earth has also clouds, and maybe those clouds, what we see is those clouds, what we see in the sky from our planet Earth, is maybe a confirmation that our planet Earth travels all the time faster than sound. And then when I connected those two things together, I hope I explained it in an easy way. Then I came back, when I find the similarities between the airplane, the F-18 war jet plane, and the Earth, both are objects, both can reach that limit, and it creates this cone cloud, and it's both are faster than sound. And then I connected to ourselves, human beings, when we speak. And the interesting thing is, when we speak, it's also sound, right? What you recognize is sound. So what we know is that if you reach 761 miles per hour, when you reach that and above, obviously, then you're faster than sound. Now, we have the plane, the F-18, is an object. We have the planet, that's also an object. So the plane and the Earth, the planet Earth, are both forms. Different forms, but both are forms and both are objects. Now, and those two objects, those two forms, when they reach above 761 miles per hour, it's faster than sound, and both create those clouds. We see it on the F-18 jet. When it reaches this Sonicboom, it creates those cone clouds behind the jet. And my thesis is that's the reason why our Earth is constantly in clouds most of the time, because it travels faster in the orbit than the sound. That's why we have those clouds. I'm not a NASA expert or astronaut. It's just my own investigation, my thesis about it. And then so both the plane and the planet Earth are both objects and visible forms that are capable to be faster than the sound. So then I came to our human beings. We speak words. You hear sound when I speak. So I try to find similarities in the words we speak and to the F-18 war jet and the planet Earth. So we know that the plane is an object, is a form, and the Earth planet is also an object in a form. Now the question is, where do we see a form when we speak? Because you hear the sound. The form and the object, and I think this is a miracle in itself, because you can see the plane, it's visible. You see the plane and you see the Earth, planet Earth, it's visible objects and visible forms. Now, when we speak words, you hear also the sound. But how can we create that sound? By, now comes the interesting thing, is we creating with our mouth, with our mouth, the forms of letters. A is a form, B is a form, C is a form, D is a form, E is a form. But those forms are invisible, and that's the miracle thing. But, excuse me, but those invisible forms, we pressure it out and it creates this sound. So it's very interesting. It's and I'll keep digging on it because it's, and that's my own theory. So that means the interesting thing is also, so we know that if a F-18 jet reaches the speed of 661 mile per hour, it's faster than the speed of sound. And the F-18 jet is an object, a visible object. You can see it. It's an object, it's a form. So that formed object is what flies through, what flies. And the same thing with the earth. The earth is an object, is a form that flies. It's traveling, right? And it's also faster than the sound. And both of them have those cones, those water clouds in the back. On our Earth planet, we see it in the sky. So I think those are two elements as a confirmation that those clouds and cones, but it's only my thesis, my perception, that those are the witness that we are traveling faster than the sound. Now, what we have to go really into it is the characters or the qualities of sound. But this is a totally another subject. It's another thing to go into it. So, and I will, obviously, when I start something, I have to go through the whole thing. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Only an honest, serious person have to go all through this and not just saying A and not going to B. So, the words we speak, A, B, C, D, are we creating from moment to moment a form, which is also an object. They're both the same, but the forms we give is invisible, and that's a miracle in itself. So that's what I want to share with you. I will keep finding more similarities out. So what we have is a Sonicboom. I want to make a summary together. So I say that the war flight jets, F-18, the planet Earth, and the human being, when we speak, that we have all three similarities. Maybe they are related to another and we're not aware of. All three are objects and forms. You need an object and a form that can travel. We have the plane. We have two visible forms in objects, which is the plane and the earth. And the invisible form in object is the letters we throw in the air right now. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. So we know when this object reaches 760 miles per hour and above, obviously, then it's faster than the sound, the speed of sound, which is the Earth, planet Earth, obviously, and then the plane. So my question is now, when we speak, that sound, it's like from instant to instant. It's like if I'm looking now from a human speaking word, it's like because we said it has to be faster to be, you have to be that fast that it beats the speed of sound. But sound, what we speak, is there are sounds, A, B, C, D. So we throw forms, object forms, which is an A or an B, in the air. It's traveling. So I will go more into it next time. And it's really interesting. So there are a lot of similarities what I figured out. And this is how my thought network connects automatically when I see something and I have to write it down, some notes, and investigate by myself. So thank you for watching. You guys have a nice day. Thank you.